Hey, can we talk? I know your mind has been loud lately. Thoughts spinning like a tornado. What if this happens? What if it doesn't? What if I make the wrong move? What if I fail? You're exhausted, not from doing too much, but from thinking too much. You're stuck in a mental loop, trapped in your own head. And the worst part? You probably believe that if you just think a little harder, a little longer, you'll figure it all out. But listen to me. Overthinking is not thinking deeply, it's thinking destructively. You're not solving problems, you're slowly drowning in them. Let me tell you the hard truth. Overthinking is a liar. It tells you that you're being smart, that you're being careful, that you're not ready yet. But that's a lie. Overthinking is not protection, it's paralysis. It's the voice in your head that tells you to wait when everything in your soul is screaming, go. Now let's get to the main part. What you think overthinking is versus what it really is. You think you're analyzing, but really, you're avoiding. You think you're preparing, but really, you're hesitating. You think you're playing it safe. But truthfully, you're sabotaging your own future. Overthinking is a prison you built with your own hands, and now you're sitting in the cell wondering why nothing is changing. Let that sink in. You may not know this. There is an emotional toll of overthinking. Overthinking feels like carrying a backpack full of bricks everywhere you go. You wake up tired. You go to sleep more tired. Your creativity suffocated. Your peace hijacked. Your confidence strangled. You become your own worst enemy, questioning everything, second-guessing every decision, and playing out the worst-case scenario in your mind as if it's real life. But here's the kicker. 90% of what you're worrying about never actually happens, and you know that, but you still keep feeding the beast. Your mind spirals because it has nowhere else to go. Now let's get a bit deeper. Here's a quick story you might relate to. Let me tell you about a girl named Sarah. She had dreams, big ones. She wanted to start a business, speak on stages, and change lives, but every time she took a step forward, her mind flooded with fear. What if I fail? What if they laugh? What if I'm not good enough? So she thought, and thought, and thought some more. Years passed, and one day she looked in the mirror and realized she never started. She never even tried. She was waiting for the perfect moment, for the overthinking to stop on its own, for the fear to disappear first, but it never did. Because here's the truth, overthinking does not go away. You have to silence it. You have to shut the door. You have to take back control. Don't allow overthinking to confine you, to make you feel stuck. You may not fully understand this, but here is why you feel stuck right now. I'm going to be brutally honest with you. You feel stuck. Not because life is hard, not because you don't have time, not because people don't believe in you. You feel stuck because you're overthinking every damn thing. You're waiting for absolute certainty in a world that will never give it to you. You want guarantees. Guarantees that you'll succeed, that they won't judge you, that it'll all work out. But life does not offer that. Life offers you one thing, a choice, to move or to stay stuck. And all of this has a cost, a price you are paying. Here is the real cost of overthinking you may not know. I'm talking about consequences, because overthinking doesn't just waste your time, it steals your joy. You cannot enjoy life when you are analyzing every moment to death. Confidence, you stop trusting yourself. Opportunities, you miss them because you're too busy thinking about what might go wrong. Relationships, you overanalyze people's words, actions, texts, and ruin connections before they even begin. Purpose, you never get around to living the life you were meant to live. And here's the darkest truth of all. If you keep overthinking, you will wake up one day and realize you wasted your life. Not because of what you did, but because of what you were too scared to do. So what can you do right now? How do you break free from the endless loop of overthinking? Let me give you 5 brutally effective ways to silence overthinking right now. 1. Call out the lie. The moment you start spiraling, say it out loud. This is not the truth. This is fear disguised as logic. Interrupt the pattern. Stop giving your thoughts the power of truth just because they feel real. Your brain is not always your friend. It wants safety, not growth. But growth is always risky, and you cannot avoid risk and still win at life. 2. Take imperfect action, immediately. Overthinking hates momentum. The second you move, send the message, apply for the job, post the video, start the workout. Overthinking loses its grip. Perfection is the enemy of progress. You are not supposed to have it all figured out before you start. You figure it out by starting. Think of it like jumping into a cold pool. You can sit on the edge and dip your toe, convincing yourself it's too cold. Or you can jump in, gasp for a second, and then realize this is not so bad. Just jump. 3. Set a 5-minute rule. This one is simple but powerful. The next time your brain goes on a spiral, set a timer for 5 minutes. Say, I'm going to think about this for 5 minutes. After that, I'm done. I take action. You're giving your brain a container, a limit. It forces clarity. Because most of the time, you do not need more thinking. You need more action. 4. Write it down, then walk away. Get those thoughts out of your head and onto paper. List the fears, list the doubts, list the what-ifs. Then close the notebook, walk away, and do something physical. Take a walk, do push-ups, wash dishes. Just move. Why? Because movement brings clarity. Motion shakes you out of mental chaos. You cannot solve a mind problem by staying in your mind. 5. Ask yourself, what would the future me regret? Picture yourself 5 years from now. Would they thank you for playing it safe? Would they be proud that you waited for the perfect moment? Or would they be screaming, why didn't you just go for it? Let your future self guide your present action, because regret cuts deeper than fear ever will. Here is the thing. You are not weak, you are just untrained. Overthinking does not mean you are broken. It means you have not yet learned how to take control of your thoughts, but you can, right now, starting today. You are stronger than your fear. You are bigger than your thoughts. You are not your mind. You are the master of it. Now let me leave you with this. Every great thing that has ever happened in your life began when you stopped overthinking and just acted. Think about it. That time you said yes. That time you moved forward even though you were scared. That time you jumped in even without the plan. That's when life moved. That's when things changed. And if you are waiting for a sign to finally shut off that noise in your head and go all in on your life, this is it. This video is your sign. Not because I said it, but because deep down, you already knew it. You just needed someone to say it out loud. So here it is. Stop waiting. Start moving. Your life is not in your head. It is out there. Go claim it. You deserve peace. You deserve clarity. You deserve to be free from the constant war inside your mind. But no one is coming to rescue you from it. You have to be the one to break the cycle. And the good news, you can. In 5 minutes, in one decision, in one deep breath, followed by bold action, because the voice that says, you can't, is just fear pretending to be wisdom. And today, you silence it.